Hey everyone, or anyone who actually watches this. This video is more of just a placeholder for, I guess, record keeping more than anything else. It's for a PSA send-off that I'll be doing, and as you'll see, I've got quite a big chunk of cards to go through. So I'll try to do this as quickly as I can for anyone that's actually interested or watching as well. So the first card is actually there's a few here of my friends. Peter is a Gengar collector. Normally he's just a binder collector, but he's decided to get a few actually graded. This web series is Masaki artwork. Hollow, looks really rad. It's got a little bit of whiting up the top here and on the side, but this card's really hard to come by, so worth grading, keeping it safe. The hollow, from memory, was also flawless. There was no scratches on the whole hollow itself. And these are ones that I've gone through with him as well and looked at, and I mean, I grade a lot of cards, so he was happy for me to assess them. The next one, we just have a full art Gengar EX. Can't quite remember the set, but I did have it in Japanese as well. But so there's a bit of whiting down the bottom here. Sides are fine, little nick up in the top left corner. That's about it for that one. The centering on the front is pretty decent, so should score maybe an 8 or a 9, but still a cool card to have in a slab. Next one is a card that I actually need to complete my set of PSA 10, but this is also Peter's, so it's got a little nick area to edge wear right there. A little bit on the bottom here on the left. I've just seen an ant on my phone randomly, that's strange. But the back of this card, like most Japanese cards, stays well together, so that one's quite nice. This next one, not a Gengar, but also Peter's. This card at the moment is going for like $300 roughly, US dollar, so it's apparently very playable, and this full art was quite hard to pull in Japanese sets, so as it is a secret rare, but it's one of the hardest secret rares to get. But due to the playability, it's currently at about 30,000 yen, which is crazy for a full art trainer. This is worth more than a hyper rare Charizard, both in English and in the Japanese version. It blows my mind, but still very cool card. This is in really good condition, as you can see. Like the back is flawless, the front, the centering is great as well, so that should definitely come back at 10. Alright, so on to mine. All of mine are going to be Pikachu's. Big huge Pikachu submission and collector for I am. So this one actually opened from the sealed pack, sorry, myself just a few weeks ago when it came in, which I bought from Mandarake online, which is where I get most of my cards these days. So that one's in really good conditions. This is one of the non-glossy promos that they brought out. This one's not in the best condition, but I'm kind of going, as you can see, it's got a real glossy finish to it. So yeah, there's quite a, with it being glossy, obviously you can get scratches a lot easier. So as you can see, there's quite a few on there, but this I'm going for off center. As you can see, the centering is terrible, and the back isn't that great, but there's no off centers of these cards that the PSA have ever graded, so I'm hoping for just an off center grade of some sort. I don't mind what it is, but yeah, very nice card. I've got a PSA 10, I've got a friend with a PSA 10 that's selling it for 100 to me as well, which will be nice. So here we have a first edition base set Pikachu from Japanese base set with no rarity. So this is not a promo or of any type, it is a no rarity, which is nice. So you can see the back is fantastic. The centering is off a little bit, so I'm not expecting a 10. That would be crazy, especially with the front, with that little tiny bit of damage. And I think, no, that's not on the card, that's something else. Inside the sleeve. Then we come to the Munch promos, or Munch. I think it's Edvard Munch. Yeah, that's the one. So I got my friend to send me these over from Japan. Also bought another set from a Japanese seller over there. So I've got the Eevee, the Rowlet, and the Psyduck with about 7 Pikachus coming. As it's Christmas, it's going to take a little bit longer to get here. These are all in mint condition. They were put into these by my friends. Actually sent them over with just like an energy inside and asked them to put them in there once they got them. So these are all in great condition. The next two are the same. These were super cheap, and like there were so many of them made, it's ridiculous. It's probably going to be better to just buy a PSA 10. It'll be like 50-60 bucks or something. But I do have 2 more that I'm also sending off to Beckett, because I do want to see if I can get one in a black label. There's probably already a couple of those, but I think it would just be pretty cool. So next one is a full-up Charizard Poncho Pikachu. So this one I got off a friend of mine that was still sealed. I got it for 40 bucks for the pair. I've already got the card that comes with this graded as a 10. So this one's fresh out of the pack, so the holo's nice and fresh, no scratches. This is another one I actually got on eBay, a really good deal. Card on itself sells for like 80 to 90 bucks. I got both sealed for $25. So that was with postage. And this one was sealed, so I've cracked this open to send off and add it to my full art Pikachu collection. The next two, obviously from these boxes, I've got 2 more sealed, but these I've already sent off the full arts and they've come back as 10s, so now it's time to send these off as well. They're both, or should technically be flawless. They've been in these ever since I opened them from the plastic. Obviously there's some stuff on the inside of the sleeve there, but that's no big deal. So we've got a Meiji promo Pikachu. There's quite a lot of these, so this is a different one of the Meiji series from before that I started with. These are part of the 10th anniversary Pikachu or Pokemon Center 10th anniversary. These are very, very hard to come by, like very hard, especially in good condition. I've got the Yokohama version in a PSA 10 that I got from Andrew over in Japan. It was a bit hard to break the seal on that one, but I did anyway, and it was worth it. So this one here has a little nick down the bottom, some damage down there, and just on the corners basically. Now these cards, I'm not really worried too much about their grade. I just want to be able to sit them up next to each other on their PSA stands. So as this one here has a little bit of damage in the bottom there, and this is something I knew when I bought it as well. It was really cheap to buy in this condition. So corners are not doing too well. There's an edge down there, edge there, and just the edges at the top as well, not doing so great. However, I do have some people over in Japan that are looking out for them, so if they ever do see one that's better or in better condition, they're definitely going to be able to get that for me. So this one is another Poncho Pikachu promo. I'm not sure what this is from exactly. I haven't really researched it or looked at it. I just found it online for 20 bucks. So I picked it up. That's gonna go off. It's in really good condition. This one is actually one of the ones I'm most excited about. Super rare to come by. I only know one other person that has this particular card with this from the same sheet, but as you can see, it's got a cream border. Maybe like 90%, 95% of the way around, but it's got a little tiny bit of yellow right there. Now, this was actually due to a print error where, not necessarily out of yellow ink, but the printer for some reason stops at this point as it goes around. So there's a jungle version with this error as well. It was done at the same time, I imagine, or if it's happened again at some point. The only issue with this is a little bit of the centering on the front, but this little nick down the bottom here, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's a very flawless card, one worth getting graded just to keep it safe, basically. This one, and I might as well go over both of them. So 2 reverse holos from E-Series. I'm not too worried about the grade on these. I just think that the reverse holo is like this rainbow sort of reverse holo that they have is just like it's just amazing. I don't know, they look really good. I'm not too worried about those, to be honest. I think I've got a couple more of these that are graded already, and they just look really good in slabs, so I just wanted to have them in the same way. So this is one from the vending series. I think this is vending series 2 or 3. It's a little Pikachu from there. Centering on the back's not the greatest, or the front, so probably going to come back a 9, unfortunately, but still a very good card. Not an overly expensive one or anything, so that's nice. So here we have a Pikachu from the Bulbasaur deck in Japan, and also another Pikachu from the same Bulbasaur deck, as you can see, number 25. So it's got its Pokemon number down the bottom instead of the card number, but in here you've then got the card number as well in another location. So both of these came from Japan. The centering on them is not so bad. These cards were not mass produced, so there's really not too many of them around. However, the backs of these cards are in really good condition. As you can see, there's really nothing that stands out. There's no flaws on them, so really excited for those. Now this one from the anime series. This one I got pulled from the pack or the box, fresh. It should come back as a 10. It's a fantastic card. It reminds me of that episode from the actual show, which I love. One of my favorite episodes. Cool. This is the web series first edition Pikachu. This is actually very hard to come by. Not an overly expensive card, as I'm not quite sure why, but at least not from Japan. It was 2,000 yen, so not so bad. Back is absolutely flawless, so hoping for a 10. There's only 11 of those currently in a 10. This one from the Tokyo DX promo. These are all been sleeved as soon as I got them. This one has a nick up here that I have not noticed before. Fair enough. Maybe I will use the other one I have in my binder. We'll see. Have a bunch of these as well, but this one's probably in the best condition. So this is from the Mega Tokyo store in Ikebukuro. So very nice card. That store is actually quite a large place to be. That made no sense. Anyway, this one is part of the Pokemon Card Friendship promo series. I've got a couple of these that I'm actually sending in for all of them. I think this one's cool. Just, I don't know, I like donuts. I like Pikachu, and he's holding a donut. So there you go. And there's also, was it Hoopa? Yeah, Hoopa and Cubone, just chilling. So as you can see, back is really good condition. So hopefully should be a 10, although not an expensive card to buy, as it is, I think it's like $40 or something as a 10. Cool. This from the Pokecune promo set that they had out. Well, I think it was a promo set, maybe. This card actually does look really, really good in a slab. I do have a PSA 8 of this that I will be selling very shortly when this comes back. This will easily be a 10, or maybe not. Oh, look at that. I did not notice that before. Oh, I'll give it a shot. I've got another one that I can send off if it's no good. So this is another Pokemon Center promo. I got this in 2015, I think. Yeah, 2015 when I was there in December. From the Osaka store. I actually bought a lot. I spent like $300 in this store, and they gave me like 50 of these damn things, maybe 35 actually, to be more specific. So that's in really good condition. Here we have another promo from Pokemon Center. It's hard to think that there's already so many Sun and Moon promos. Like, Japan just pumps them out. It's so hard to keep up with them sometimes. But as you can see, this one's in really good condition. It's been on a sleeve. I ripped it out of the pack itself when I first got it. It's flawless. There's no scratches on the actual card, which is great. This is the Kyoto promo. I've got a couple of these, and I did notice this while I was looking at it earlier. I think there was a nick up the top here somewhere on this one. Yeah, so just up where my finger is there. I hadn't noticed that before, so that caught me off guard. But we'll see. I mean, I've got a PSA 10 that looks worse than that. This one is from the Sapporo store that I got when I was there. Not in the greatest condition, so this one probably won't get sent in. I'll have to switch that out with one from my binder actually, so I'll put that over here as a reminder. Cool, so here we have the Pokemon XY movie promo on the left and the Adidas promo. I think it's the only card that technically has the trademark info on the artwork that I'm aware of. But these two are in very, very good condition. Should grade a 10, so for both should be fantastic. They're actually getting a little bit harder to find or more expensive too, which is strange. At least the Adidas one is. Some of the 7-Eleven promo that came out this year. This one is also in a very good condition. These were mass produced, so they're not really that expensive. I think they're like $50 as a PSA 10. But obviously, I mean, this cost me 200 yen, so it was quite a more sensible buy. An English Pikachu out of nowhere. So this is just from, what was this from? Generations in the English set, part of the Radiant collection that they put in those packs. I believe the holo was still in pretty good condition. I don't think there's any scratches on it. The back's a little bit out of center. Nick up the top here in the left. And I think there was, yeah, nick down the bottom here in the right. That's about it. It's actually a bit hard to come across. Those Generations were kind of cut a little bit badly. So this is another one from the Pokemon Card Friendship series. There's a regular art of these as well that was out in sets. So this particular card is in really good condition. Yeah, that's just some dust. So this is from the Pikachu World collection. They came out in America and Australia, I think. This might be a Spanish one, perhaps. Yeah, I think so. But this is the Pokemon Snap promo art, just with the gold tail on the side. So let's have a look at the back. So we've got Nick down the bottom here, little tiny one there, and one at the top. So it's not bad. But I got the entire set for $30, and the birthday Pikachu, which is in this pile somewhere, is worth like 30 to 40 on its own, so not a bad score. Here is the first edition Pikachu from Japanese Skyridge, or Mystic Mountain or something like that, I think. I've got a PSA 10 of the Pikachu from Skyridge in English. I've got the Italian reverse holo, the non-first edition of this version as well. So the English reverse holo is the last one to complete the entire 6. I don't think it came out in Korea. No, I don't think it did. So it is just the English one left to get, and obviously, as you can see, this is in really good condition. I've got a couple more of these. I mean, I don't think there was anything wrong with this one. Maybe just that, but that's no problem. I've had worse grade out of this 10 before. So this is from Pop Series 2. Pikachu, not an overly expensive card or anything, but the centering on this one is really good, and it's also really nice art that I like. The back of this card is actually flawless as well. This is one that I pulled myself, so I was very happy to get this. Very, very nice card. So, okay, here's the birthday Pikachu from the Worlds collection. Because this has no holo, obviously it's less prone to scratches and things like that. So it's, I mean, surface-wise, it's in very good condition. The back of the card, it does have some nicks up here, and just a nick in the bottom there, I think. Oh, maybe one was top. But I'm not too fussed about these getting a 10, to be honest. I mean, I used to just collect Pikachu and PSA 10s, but then came across some really, really rare cards in lower grades and just had to get them. So I've now opened the floodgates of lower grades, so I'm fine with that. So we have the Japanese version of the birthday Pikachu. I don't have the regular English promo, unfortunately. These ones came with the white star indicating a promo. You can see there's a little tiny bit of silvering down in that bottom corner. The centering's off a little bit as well, which is something I knew. The holo on this card is flawless. Obviously you can't really see it through the card saver, but the back of the card does have a little tiny nick up here, but the rest of the back from memory was pretty nice. So maybe a 9 if I'm lucky, an 8 if I'm unlucky, but that's fine. That's still a nice card. So here we have first edition Shadowless Yellow Cheeks Pikachu. This one I pulled probably about 6 years ago, and I've just had it sitting in my binder in a double sleeve, and figured now that I'm getting into grading a little bit more that might as well chuck it in. It isn't an overly expensive card, so I could buy another one if I really wanted to get a 10, which I may do. But it's got a little nick down there, and obviously you can see these ones at the top here. That's about it, really. Alright, so we've got a secret rare Pikachu from the 20th anniversary rebirth of Pokemon, I guess, or Japan had, or that all Pokemon had. So this one I like more than the English one, which I do have. I have another one of these, but yeah, that one I do really like. So this is the other half to the full art from Boss Pikachu that I got from that $25 deal. Also fresh from the seal pack that it was in, so it's, yeah, in really good condition. There was no scratches on the card from being behind the other one either, which was nice. So this is just one of the 4 Yokohama store promos that they had just recently, and I've got a couple more of these coming. I've already got a full set in my binder, but I've got this set, the other 3 coming, that will be getting graded as well, as they're all sealed, so it's quite good. Here we have another horizontal card this time. This is an old Prism card or sticker. Pikachu and Togepi eating some ice cream. This one's in really good condition, which is a little bit hard for these because you'll normally find that the sticker and the back don't match up or line up, and you'll have a little bit of the prism sticker just sticking over the edge. But that one's actually quite good. We have another prism Pikachu that I'll be sending off as well. This one's in really good condition. This one was pulled from the pack itself, or from the entire box. It does have a little bit of edge wear up the top. I mean, they're left as is, just in a little piece of paper that keeps them together from that vending series that they would have. But so it probably did get, I guess, knocked on the inside of the box a little bit, which is unfortunate, but nevertheless still a very nice little Pikachu. Not that often you come by them either. We have another prism Pikachu with a few other characters in the background. This one's actually going to be, or hopefully, a gift for someone, as I've already got a PSA 10 of this card. So but this one is in actually a lot better condition than it looked like when I first bought it online, so that was a good surprise. Then we've got a few more of these anime Pikachus that I'm sending in from the anime series. I did recently buy a whole bunch of Lewis from Verbank page, but this is one of the more popular ones, the Charizard and Pikachu, where Charizard just doesn't even think it's, you know, Pikachu's worth his time of battling. All pack fresh, so these should make a nice 10. And whether I'm going to keep them or sell them, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. The next one is Team Rocket trying to steal Pikachu and the fake Pikachu. I think it was a fake Pikachu. I can't remember that episode too well. But it's still a very nice card. It's vertical this way, but the name and the rest of the image is horizontal, so I thought that was pretty cool. So the back again, yeah, very, well, pack fresh, very clean. So should be a good return. Then there is, yeah, Charmander beating up Pikachu. This is like one of the battle cards. I did like a few different variations of the cards themselves. As you can see, made in 1999, so very old, very flimsy cards as well. Kind of scary to take out of their packs. The next one I'm very stoked on. So this is, as you can see, the edges are very clean. The actual card itself doesn't have much scratches to it. I don't really think this will get a 10, but I don't know, you never know. So this is actually the back of the card, even though Pikachu's name's on here, it sits like this, with that down the bottom, and it's transparent. I've seen a PSA 10 of this sitting on eBay for quite some time now, and it still hasn't sold. But it's like I think 160 bucks or something, so it's probably why. Next one, Dragonite from Game Boy series. There's no swirl on this one, which for me, a swirl on this particular card does sort of make it. But the centering on this is really nice. The holo is free of scratches, and the back of the card centering wise is really good, and there's no nicks or damage to it, so should be a good 10. It's actually kind of hard to get them as a 10 as well, I've been told, so that'll be good to know, a little good to see actually. So here we have a Nintendo era Mew from the movie. The centering on this is actually really nice. The only, I guess, issue is that there's a print line down there, but it doesn't actually affect the card, but it does affect the holo. This is where the end of the sheet stopped, obviously, and then started again. So I've got the back centering is really clean. There's no damage on the edges. That little bit there is actually probably just some dust. And the holo on this card is like flawless. So as you can see, yeah, no damage. Just on the inside of this. This, get that off. Cool. So I'm almost done. As you can tell, I've done all my Pikachus we've already gone through. The next ones are a little bit different. but still very, very cool. So this is just a Bandai Namco, god damn it, Dragon Ball Z. Sorry, it was literally right there and I couldn't even think of the word, couldn't even get it out. But we've got Goku in Super Saiyan 1 form. Now this card is flawless on the back. That again is just a little bit of dust or something on the inside, but the card is amazing and it's from 1994. So it'll be the oldest card that I have graded. The front is also very flawless. There's no scratches on this prism either. I'm really excited for this to come back. It's gonna look amazing. The other one is also another Goku card. This one's obviously a little bit more recent. I think from like 2016, yeah, from Dragon Ball Heroes. Just an overall cool card. This is like one of those secret rares, I think. Oh no, they're one of the promos, sorry. So yeah, a not for sale card. Very, very cool card. Another one, which is all gold. I'll take this one out for you. I know I'm not sure if this interests everyone for Dragon Ball stuff, but very, very clean card. Would look absolutely amazing. There you go. You can see me. That's how much of a card this is, or how gold and shiny this is. There you go. You can kind of see the image that way. So it's a very, very sweet looking card. I would love to have this as it is. This is also a not for sale card. So these cards were, I believe, promos. Released in Japan for the actual sets. I'm not sure how you were supposed to get them or anything like that, but they were a little bit hard to come by, so they weren't massively produced either, which is good to know. So it just means they're not going to be everywhere. The last card is also something a little bit different. So this is from a 2015 set of Star Wars TCG. This is one of the secret rares, so it does have a little bit of texture on the card. I'll just see if I can get it out of here. Would probably help if I had it in the right way. God damn it. So I'm sending this in again in the hope that, since it's been 3 years, that they finally have some specification information or spec info for this damn card, because it would just look absolutely amazing graded. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. So all in all, a bit of a long video, longer than I was hoping for, sorry, but and with this card, like, it's absolutely flawless on the back. Alright, so I'm just going to chuck that back in, and yeah, so that's it. That's all the cards that I have that I'm sending off. I didn't keep count of them, so I probably should count them at some point. But yeah, quite a lot to send off, so it's going to be a really good return. Probably going to take a little bit of time to actually get them all sent off. To begin with, but yeah, I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to it. I guess a few honorable mentions that I might be sending off for my friend Peter is the Tag Team Full Art Gengar. Maybe the GX if he wants that sent off, I'm not sure. But yeah, some sweet cards. Again, I'm not expecting anyone to really watch this. It's more of a placeholder, as I mentioned, just for reference. But thank you very much for watching, if you did anyway. Let me know what your favorite card is, if you had one from that set. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.